Well, hey, Pipers. Welcome to the Bass Piper channel. I'm out in my garage tonight, just kind of sitting back and contemplating on things that have just gone crazy in our economy and our society, especially in the last 6 months or so. I don't really have a lot to talk about tonight. I might go into an onion zone every now and then. Love you, Johnny. Had to pick on you, buddy. You ought to get that patent. And wouldn't you know, with me getting ready to start this video, this pipe. Oh, by the way, this is a Boswell black coal pipe. Yeah, you know it's a pipe. Black coal pot. It's a 9 millimeter, so it's got a little thicker shank there. Got a BC filter in it. And in it, I got some Sutliff. Is it Sutliff? I gotta stop and think about it now. No, it's Colt, a Blood Red Moon. I'll be all right. I haven't been drinking. I don't drink. But got some Blood Red Moon. Let me see if I can't get this fired up. And by the way, I think I mentioned in one of my videos, I know I did in my Christmas video, that that I had gotten an IM Corona lighter. And when I got it, evidently, as good as I heard about them, the adjustment for the flame of all the ones, mine didn't work. In fact, mine, I think I may have said this, I had a torch that I thought I just got shot. Had a can pop. The flame, I had a torch, it would not adjust. In fact, trying to light a pipe, I would have burnt my nose slam off and the nose hairs. And so I sent it back about the first week of January. I'm still waiting on it. SmokingPipes.com would evidently not replace it. They have to send it out because it's now then under warranty. You know, once you, the craziest thing is, well, you put butane in it and you used it. Well, now, I don't have a doctorate. But you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out how else are you going to know that your lighter don't work or works if you don't put some butane in it and you try it. So anyway, it's now in Chicago or somewhere in Illinois. And they said I should have called 3 times on it. It sat on one of the guys' desk at smokingpipes.com for about a week. I guess they forgot it was there. I guess they were supposed to do a quality control thing or whatever before they sent it back. And so anyway, it's at a repair place that does IM Coronas. And they said if I don't get it back by the end of February this month or the 1st of March, give them a call. That they'd try to light some fire under them to get my lighter back. So anyway, I've been waiting for my Christmas present, one of them, to ever get back from the shop. But, as I was saying in the first part of the video, I've been contemplating on some things. You know, I'll show you sometime. It's dark in here now, out here now in Smithfield. But back in October, we had 2 houses started to be built in the land that I've been looking at for 22 years. A guy bought the land, the builder, and he's built 2 homes now across from us. One is a nice 2,500 square foot home. It's got 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, you know, all that jazz in it. And then right beside it, he built a shotgun house. What we call a shotgun house. The ones that's just kind of long, not wide, but long. You know, about that wide, but long. And something that we would say you'd find in the east end of town somewhere, you know. But the thing that intrigues me most about our society and where it's going and our economy that's just going insane is, hold on guys, let me relight. I'm gonna try to get through this video smoking a pipe. Can you believe that? You're watching the Bass Piper channel and I'm finally smoking something through the video. I know it's been a while. This is why I try to do videos without a pipe. My blood red moon is a tad wet. So, across the street, that new house, the 2,400 square foot house. Now, I know every state's different with real estate prices and all this kind of thing, but for here in Virginia, in the Tidewater area, $479,000. Right, when you see this house, I'm going to show it to you in future videos. It's just a regular spec house. So far, I'm hoping this changes, but I don't know. Just a gravel rock driveway that goes down to the front of the garage and then goes around to the side. I talked to the builder yesterday, and I was just asking about the house and stuff, and I said, "Is it sold?" He said, "Yeah, it's sold." It started off at $379 2 months ago. It went up $100,000 before he sold it. If he doesn't concrete the driveway and around the side, evidently this couple that bought it, seems like they might be a nice couple, so thank the Lord for that, for answered prayer. Hopefully. You're going to pay $400, and you may as well say $70,000, $80,000. I mean, you're about $20,000 from $500,000. Which, in one way, it's good for me and others because our value of our houses would probably go up if we sold it. And of course, the bad thing is our taxes will probably go up. That I'll have to go to the county to fight that when we get our tax assessments. But he made a driveway around the other side. and with gravel. And he says, yeah, they have an RV. He wanted me to go ahead and put some down there on the side so he can park his RV by his house. And he put a clean out there, you know, so he could dump his RV and all that kind of mess, the black water and all that mess. How many minutes have I got? 10 minutes? The steps going into the house, up to the house, just concrete steps with some gray looking mortar stuff or whatever they did around the whole bottom of the foundation of the house to cover the block lines. Gray on a tan house, trimmed in white. To me, for the money, let me adjust my rocking chair's moving on me, guys. Hold on. You gotta make an adjustment. Can we say the word, it sucks? My pipe's gone out again, so I'm gonna set it down so I can get through this video. But let me move you a little closer now. But I mean, it's just the color, everything is just not what you would think for almost $500,000 of a home. No stair rails, nothing as of yet. Now, these people are going to close, evidently, I'm thinking, the end of this month, moving in March 1st. They just put the gutters on today because they've had, for the last 2 weeks, I mean, they've had contractors tripping over each other once they got sold. So they were running the power, the cables and everything to the meter boxes out to the street so they can hook up and get the electric and all that kind of thing today. They had the landscapers tripping over everybody. They had the gutter people up there. And I mean, it was like a circus, man. And when I found out that he sold that thing, I could not believe it. You know, because I've seen this thing go from the ground up since October. I mean, when they first laid the first brick, the footing. And it's just amazing to me what $479,000 is buying you today. Now, the fun one is the shotgun house that's beside it. Ain't been sold yet, but he's asking $320,000 for that one. Oh, that's a hoot. I've been in both of these houses before they started painting and all the stuff, before it was sold. A couple of us in the neighborhood just had to check it out and see what was going on in there. Of course, when I was in there, it was just, you know, plywood on the floor, and, you know, the walls had just been taped and mudded, and that's about it. I mean, you know, just plain Jane, but unbelievable what you're buying today. For $20,000 shy of, I mean, he'll have $20,000 in it more when he has to do all the amenities to the house, and especially if he decides to change the color of the foundation and just the block steps, no rails, unbelievable. I didn't even think that would even pass code, but evidently. But I got thinking about all this. You know, it is absolutely crazy when you stop and think about. Now we got, you know, Russia tonight invading the Ukraine, and you know, most likely China's going to be right on the tail of going into Taiwan. We got the truckers, you know, standing and taking a stand against the masks and all the mess in Canada that's happening there now. They're wanting to start the convoy here in the United States. So other than that, we're in good shape in the world, you know. It's just unbelievable how things are evolving. But I got thinking as well too. I'm preaching on I'm preaching through the book of Revelation. I started back in probably July or August, But, in July, we had to miss some services due to the snow and due to COVID. We had people come down with the Omicron and all that kind of mess. So we just shut the church down. I think out of 5 weeks in January, we met 2 weeks, 2 Sundays. So that's kind of put me back. But anyway, it'll probably take me close to a year to go through the book of Revelation with the church. And what surprised me was the church has never, the ones that are there, they don't even recall ever going through the book of Revelation. That's a sad thing for a church. And a sad thing for the leadership, evidently, that they've had in the past, but that's here or there. But, it just goes to show me that, this is for some of the guys. If if you're not of the church kind, as we want to say, or you're not interested in God's word and what God's word has to say. And my chair's hitting my tripod. And then just go ahead and turn it off, guys, and I'll catch up with you in another video. But over in Matthew 24 and 25, especially 24, Jesus, when he was on the Mount of Olives, he was talking to the disciples, and he was trying to share with them what's going to happen in the end times. And then, of course, you correlate that with Revelations, and it's all coming to fruition. And so I thought, there's going to be rumors of wars. There's going to be famine. There's going to be different things. And of course, in Matthew 24, but Jesus said, the time is not yet. Not yet. It's not ready to break loose yet. As far as the return of Christ and that type of thing. Hang tight. You're going to hear about this, but it's going to start happening. What do you see right now? It's starting to happen in a lot of ways. What are you seeing right now? Well, we're starting to see prices go south. We're starting to see all kinds of things starting to happen. Could these be the birth pains of the oncoming setup? Yeah, I believe so. Are these things that the stage is getting set for the return of Christ, the rapture as you would know it? In the Bible, it's called caught up. Yeah, I would think so. More so than any time in our generation. And those of y'all that are in your 60s and you were born in 61, I was born in 61, or a few years back or a few years later. We haven't seen it this bad, guys. And of course, I know other generations can say, well, yeah, we've had it bad with this and this and that before y'all were born. But we've got a jacked up world and a jacked up society. And prices are just going nuts with stuff, the economy, the fuel, everything. I really think in a lot of ways the stage is being set. Well, Bass Piper, are you saying that things are going to happen tomorrow? No. No man knows the hour. The Bible states that. God the Father only knows the hour. Jesus don't even know the hour that he's going to be told to come back and get the church. The angels don't even know the hour. Only God the Father does. And so, right now God is trying to give every man an opportunity to come to Christ. And he because of his grace, because of his mercy, because of his love, he's trying to give every man an opportunity to get their hot mess together and come to Christ. But here's the crazy thing about it, and I touched on this Sunday as we were over in Revelation chapter 7. I'm going through the last part this Sunday, and then I'm going to hit over to chapter 8, where the last seal judgment is opened to bring on the great tribulation we're going through now, studying the first 3.5 years of the 7-year tribulation period. The first 3.5 years is known as the times of Jacob's sorrow, or the beginning of sorrow time, and then you go into the great tribulation, which is the last 3.5 years. And the seventh seal judgment brings that and starts the new series of judgments. But it's amazing to see how the Bible is coming to truth and coming to life. And if anybody ever doubted the Bible, all you got to do is just look around you. I'm going 20 minutes, so guys, I'm about to wrap this up here in just a minute. I didn't mean to get into a Bible study here, but it was so funny, and what got me looking at this with the house and all of this stuff, I asked one of the guys that was a landscaper over there if he did anything. I wanted to put some gravel at the end of my driveway. I got a wide driveway, and from where my concrete stops, there's gravel, and then there's the road. And the guy, the builder, goes, well, he says, he says, you're going to need about two tons of crush and run. I'm going, holy smokes, that sounds like a lot, but I guess with gravel and rock, it don't take much to grab a ton. And he said, be about $89, $90, and I'll use my Bobcat to come over here and just spread it real quick for you and, run over it to pat it down and all that. I said, well, that sounds pretty good. And when the guy got there with the landscape yesterday afternoon, he was talking to him, and I walked up there, and by the time he got finished, my $89 price to take care of the crush and run and that type of thing now is $300. I said, $300 for some crush and run that you're buying for like $30 a ton or whatever, because they can get it at a major discount, in bulk with dump truck loads. And so you're charging me $260 to bring it here in town and run over it, dump it, and then just spread it with your machine you got. And I said, holy smokes. Well, things are going up, fuel's going up. You hear the same saga with everybody, and it all's passed down to the customer. But folks, we're living in some rough times. And, we used to make fun of these preppers. We used to have a show on with the preppers years ago. But I tell you what, we might ought to rethink that now, some of us, because they wasn't so stupid after all. And they may have looked funny and crazy back then with getting underground bunkers or storage shelters and stocking up on food and buying these buckets of 25-year food that lasts 25 years on the shelf and stocking up on things and toilet paper and paper goods. And they'd have a whole garage with nothing but a storage shed. We don't know what's going to happen. If Russia starts playing with us, with the cyber attack, and from what I understand, the United States is not that versed in that. And we're not that savvy with that as far as up to date with some of that stuff. We could be in the dark ages before long. We don't know what Putin's going to do. That idiot over there, ain't no telling. You're talking about an ex-KGB agent that's become basically a dictator. And the fear is he won't even stop. He wants to take Ukraine, but will he stop? Well, of course, if he don't, and he goes on to other countries, that breaks Article 5 of the NATO thing, and then now you got 32 countries involved and coming up against him. And so, we could see a World War III if we're not careful. So I said all of that tonight, just pondering and just talking. And I got thinking, how's your salvation? How's your relationship with Christ? Have you ever thought about it? Now, some of you probably say, well, I'm an atheist. Wait, I don't really care here or there. And, and some of you might go, well, if I go to hell, there's going to be a lot of friends there with me. And, well, I would hope you don't think that way or somehow would change your mind on that, because you're right. There is a hell to shun and a heaven to gain. And I would pray that you would want to get your heart right and get things right with the Lord. We just don't know, folks. We don't know. And that's why we need to be prepared. Things could turn around in the next 4 years, and we get a new president, and the economy starts flourishing again, and yada, yada, yada. And then, some of the doom and gloom, everybody say, well, that was over. We got through that. Well, it could be. But you can believe this. The time is getting set. We are in the apostate age of the church. We're in what is called, the Bible teaches, the church age. The next thing on the calendar is the rapture. And so we are seeing things, and things are starting to come to fruition from the Bible. You can even correlate that if you're a Bible student all the way back to Ezekiel, to Daniel, to all of these things that were prophesied. They are coming through Revelation. It's all being fulfilled in Revelations. You see it in Revelation when you take a peek at that and study that as well, and you're starting to see some things unfold. It's an exciting time for the Christian. It's a cool thing to watch, even though it's humanly it can be scary sometimes, but we have nothing to fear because we're going to be out of here when all that happens. When we talk about tribulation and all that, now I know I'm not here to argue pre-tribulation, post-tribulation, pre-millennial, all-millennial, post-millennial, XYZ, everybody's got their belly button view on that, but we can sit there and debate that all night long and throw darts at each other. But I'm a pre-trib, I'm a pre-millennials. I believe truly and fully, and I think I can back it up scripturally, that when the rapture happens, the Christians, the church is going to be called up. We're not going to be in this mess. Will we see birth pains of stuff? We might see some birth pains of tribulation and stuff starting. Will we be in the tribulation? I don't believe so. And I don't believe he's going to allow his children to go through that. And, you might say, Bass Piper, what happens if I wait and get saved during the tribulation? Can I still get saved? Yeah, you can. The Bible teaches that in Revelation. You can get saved during the tribulation time after the rapture. It's just going to cost you your life. And when you do, because if you don't take the mark of the beast, the 666 in your hand or your forehead, you're not going to be able to buy, sell, or do anything. You're going to be hunted down if you accept Christ, because God will seal his people too. It's in Revelation as well. And he'll seal his people to protect them from going to hell, but you'll still have to suffer the persecution of the Antichrist. So it's a whole lot easier to come to Christ now, folks, than it is to wait till after the fact. But anyway, we're going on 27 minutes. I don't want to bore you with all of this, but I'm just contemplating some things, and we're just sitting out here with my Boswell, and just thinking about some things to share with you. And I pray that you'll give us some thought. At least think about it. And maybe crack open a Bible and read a few things in Revelation, or find you a version, whether it's, the New Living Translation or the English Standard Version, something that's a little easier to understand if you're not a Bible student, or you don't understand the these and thous and betwixt of the King James Version, the Old English. There's versions out there to get you started. And there's another cool commentary that I recommend to my church members. It's called the Believer's Commentary by William McDonald. And very easy on the eyes. It doesn't go into a bunch of deep theology, and that you gotta learn these $25 words, verse by verse, and it explains each verse of what's going on. And very good commentary to help you understand some things. But anyway, I didn't think I was going to get in any kind of theological talk or rant. But I am concerned for people as I'm in this study of Revelation and what the church is doing. I'm involved with that, and I'm more concerned about witnessing to people, and I'm trying to get my church to do the same before it's eternally too late. We all have friends, we have loved ones, we have co-workers that. Are we saying anything to them? Are we even just trying to witness, to share Christ with them? And you might say, well, Wade, I'm saved. I got everything. Everything's cool with me. Yeah, but how about your buddy? How about your loved ones? And, I don't know what to say. Hey, just share your testimony of how you got saved. Tell them how it was before you got saved and what Christ has done for your life since you've been saved. Plant a seed and see what God will do with it. All right, guys, 29 minutes, going on 30 minutes. I didn't mean to go this long. Man, when I get in front of the camera, the time flies. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you, and just some things that was on my mind tonight. So until we meet again, relax, have a pipe, and don't forget to reflect on the blessings that God gives each and every one of us, each and every day. We'll talk with you later, guys. Love you. Take care. Bye-bye.